There's a question coming from Juan Suarez. Not all the leaders are the same and prepared or are able to deal with the kind of crisis. What do you think of a company? What do you think a company should do when their head is not the one the company needs in such dark times? What kind of leadership skills do you think are key in this moment? So, Yasser, I think I would start with you on this one.
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon, Tamer and Muhammad, and great to be back here to answer all the questions, the very good questions. This first question happens to be from a very good friend, Juan Carlos. I send him my regards to Ecuador. And it's an interesting question, and I have few points to make here. So the point number one is, in principle, if Juan Carlos is referring to the top person in the company, by design, from experience, we know that you have faced tough times in your life, so you have faced crisis, and I would hope that when somebody gets to the top, then they have known what managing in extreme times means. The second point is, if it's not only about one person, and it's never about one person. We are talking about leadership, but leadership is not necessarily the top position in the company. Leadership is in every individual, and the opportunity for people to play what we were talking about in terms of mindset and how to look for opportunities in difficult times, that applies to everybody at different levels. In case you have a situation where all this is not achieved and you still have someone at the top that is not fit for the situation, then the company needs to take decisions about this and whether they continue with that or not, knowing that there will be a lot of disruption with the changes. When we go to the second part of the question, the leadership skills, in our experience today, in my view, the most important one would be empathy and compassion. And it's very important that this is genuine and this is something that you truly believe in. Because as I said, in Nestle, for example, we are putting the safety of people as our number one priority, and many companies are doing this. It's important that it is genuine and it's not just doing that to look good. So that's very important to have. The second point is that in terms of also skills, you need to be decisive, and because you will be in a situation where you need to make decisions without too many facts and with a lot of ambiguity. And that's what crisis brings, in fact. So ambiguity and uncertainty, and we are living this today. You need to be decisive. As I said also last time when we were speaking about this, is that you need to keep your head up high. So while you manage the day-to-day issues and you take the right decisions for today, you need from time to time to keep your head up high so that you see beyond and define the vision on, and then show the light at the end of the tunnel, for also to motivate and incentivize the team that is there. One last one, I would say whether charismatic, I would put it under charismatic, but it's more under influential. So it's not about authority, it's about the influence also you can do in these times for people to do the hard thing and the harder right at the times of crisis.
On top of the skills Yasser mentioned, I think being very calm and patient and strong at this time is extremely important. And the question about, okay, do I need this type of leader in crisis times? Actually, you need this type of leader whether it's a crisis time or normal time. So the question about leadership should be asked all the time. And I'll tell you, listen, I've seen a few CEOs, and you've probably seen in the news, that stepped down during the crisis. I think they've chosen to do that because they are not just up to it, or the stress level is too much. Having said that, if in a company, if I'm working in a company or I'm under the leadership of someone else, the first thing I will do is I will support the leader at this time. This is not the time to change leadership if you don't have to. And the leaders are under a lot of stress, so support them. Because imagine yourself in the same shoes, because every one of us is a leader in some way or another. The more stress you're under, we're under a lot of stress externally. You don't need also internal stress by people not supporting you all the time. So I think it's important to do that.